Guys, welcome back to another episode of Unmotivated. We got Jamahl and Jemarcus here. This segment is brought to you by Better Best Dog and Better Best Productions. Now, one of the things is Jemarcus has given me 10 topics to discuss, and these topics will be brought to you, which give an opportunity to work on his voice. And today we're going to discuss collaboration, why it's important, why you should never do it, who you should do it with, and what you've learned from it. Now, who have you collaborated with over the years, and what's been something that you've learned in that process? And why did you even put collaboration down?
Because that's actually my word of the year for this year, actually. Because of, being around you, being around some of the, Mall and a lot of others, man, there's a lot of collaboration happening. And I'm like, as you always tell me, leverage your resources, leverage you, et cetera, to my best of my abilities. So my thing's like, how can I collab with all the people that I have around me so I can continue to keep growing and scaling and keep learning, most importantly.
Yeah, well, and what's crazy, people, is I've never been a collaborative person. so I'm like, even like as funny as I can call these people, and they'll pull up, right?
Yeah.
But you go, how did this happen? My buddy Gucci, we gotta get married one time. He says, look, nigga, as mean as you are, everybody likes your ass. I don't ever get it. He said, but I can call somebody and respectfully 9 out of 10 times they'll show up or tell me to go fuck myself. No, they won't do that. But what are some people that you want to collaborate with? Like, what's something you're going to collaborate with Maul on? I know y'all been talking about real estate and houses.
Yeah, no, we've been talking real estate, obviously, definitely credit, and even trying to, continue to better my personal finances as well, too. So things that, him and I have been talking on behind the scenes. Yeah, definitely something real estate wise for sure. Also, building, working on his website for his financial business as well, too, in terms of business credit and all that stuff. So those are some things I'm already working on with him. Obviously, collaborating with Stan to continue to enhance my skills, training wise through the dogs, et cetera, and then leveraging you and collaborating with you continuously to not only learn more about myself, but also continue to learn more about business.
And what about you, Maul? What are some things that you've learned from collaboration? And I mean, you fucking know more people than I do,
man.
And
well, you got a Rolodex.
Oh, the camera fell. That right there hurt your heart. The back of my hair stick up on my neck. That don't feel good. I seen it too. I said, dang, I think that booger gonna foul. I think you need to go more to the right, that right leg, boy. They say them things is good, but Jesus Christ. For those that see this clip of Jemarcus, man, if he does get it up, you say, timber. That was a timber moment. And I got to get a different stand. I'm just get them cheap ones from Walmart, put them on there. So we got some tripods up. But talk a little bit about collaboration, Maul.
Man, collaboration, man. Something I try to live by. But trial and error, man. You can't connect and collaborate with everyone. In the beginning, I was just so eager to put things together. You know what I mean? Because I'm a big visionary, man. So, I would get excited about the connection.
Oh yeah.
And just be like, oh yeah, we gonna put this together. We gonna do this. We gonna do that. So
you get excited almost even about the potential more than what's really the reality.
Yeah, man, I'm a connector, man. So I'm always gonna naturally get excited about the journey and the energy behind trying to hook up, link up, and collaborate, man. But just moving forward, what all of this shit taught me is that slow down, be patient, and try to look for the right connection, the right fit, right? And not necessarily having to know everything, but if you guys could connect on some common interests and common ground, you could be able to start putting things together, man, and just move at, I wouldn't say move at your pace, you know what I'm saying? But also, like you said, be realistic and, understand when to give power and authority up in the collaboration, especially knowing that you're collaborating with a person majority of the time because they're better in the field in it than you are. You know what I'm saying? So that's been one of my things, man. But moving forward and just overall in general in this space I'm in, I still have that high energy looking for collaborations.
So then tell them what are some things you could collaborate on, because I'm going to double back to one of the points in collaboration. But what are some things they could reach out to if you were interested in collaborating with Offer Credit and all the stuff that you have? What are some ways or what are some reasons they would reach out and want to connect with you?
As far as Offer Credit is concerned, the best way we can collaborate on that aspect is just, being an affiliate. You know what I mean? Just looking at different ways of collaborating. It doesn't necessarily have to be like me and you are business partners. Especially if that's not a responsibility that you want to fully take on, we could collaborate by, we're in a service industry. So adding value is by adding value of simply sharing and getting referral fees, for communicating with your community based on, trying to figure out what they need. So that's how we collaborate. I'll do a lot of referrals. And I consider that a form of collaboration and a form of compensation as well comes behind that.
Yeah.
And just trying to keep it simple, you know what I mean? The things that I am looking to collaborate on are, trying to get into the real estate side of things. But, I would want to collaborate with someone that's a little bit more experienced than I am and, be able to put, some ventures together, which is what Jemarcus and I and, a few people we met through you, we trying to see what we could come up with and collaborate on and, kind of push the narrative forward. And, there's a few more things, but those are the two, most of the things that's at the front of my brain right now.
Man, listen, for one, I appreciate everyone connecting. I've never been in a space up until now where you could really let people meet people. Go ahead.
I'm tripping, my bad. I take that back. And man, this whole situation with Pangea unfolding with the dogs and stuff, man, this is pretty awesome, man. This is a lot of shit we talk about, especially Rich talking about stock market and investing, and now we have an opportunity to kind of, lock in and build something substantial this year. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely looking forward to that because I'm not educated in that field at all. So that's what you call a collaboration. I'm playing my part and letting the people, let you guys take the driving wheel in that, but that's cool to be a part of, man. And shit, the dogs, just in general. It's like four within one venture is 4 different ventures inside of it. So that's cool. You know what I'm saying? So
man, and that's the beauty. But like I was saying, I've never been in a space where I was able to work with people and allow people to work on their relationships and everybody be good to people, good to each other. You know what I mean? Yeah. A lot of times you bring people together and something will pop off and now none of y'all be friends. It's like, God, that's a bad feeling. And in this case, when Jamahl meets and hangs out with Rich, I love it.
Yeah,
I love when people reach out to Jemarcus. I love yo, talk to Jemarcus, and anybody else, or like you said, you're talking to Parker and vice versa. Everybody is coming together to do one thing, and I love the character involved with others. So I've never been a collaborative person, and I think unfortunately it's due to my lack of faith in people. And it takes a lot for me to even trust, you to be within 5 feet of me because I'm like, look, I'm a dog on a bone, man. I'm a dog on a bone, and if I believe in something, and I thought it's going to turn into a thing. But I would tell you, if you are trying to find people to collaborate with, first question you got to ask yourself, are you someone that someone could collaborate with? And could you point people in the right direction or even connect them to something greater than, equal to, and never less than? But in anywho, what was you going to say?
I was my question actually is, what are some identifiers that you guys look for? And I know you're not a collaborative person.
I am more than you. You've met a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
And so when you think everybody, Azu saying, Trev, you got to meet Parker. I'll go when certain people say, hey, we went and, met that woman who sold a dog daycare.
Yeah.
Because simply, we just went and shook hands and had a small conversation and left.
Yep.
You never know the power of some of these small interactions. So I'm more collaborative, but people only call me in when it's like something of value. Nobody calls me like, hey, Trev, we going to the club tonight. I said, I want you to come meet. I'm like, bro, bring him to the house.
Yeah,
I'll make them some food or something. Like I don't need to be there yelling or out of my element per se. Yeah. But you just look for people who are growing and onto something. And sometimes it's like, let's redirect and potentially point them in this direction. And it could be something like Maul with the dogs. He's trying to figure out how to get into dogs with dogs. And then he's like, don't need a dog, buys one from us. And then it just so happened, the spot gets blown up in a sense because they like, yo, that person's a value, which means you've got to be a value. Yeah. And I love that you're working. Well, how do we get more out of then put one of his first breedings he'll be able to do with paperwork. You go, wow, this is you basically you legitimize the situation because you just do right by people. Yeah. So that's going to be a collaborative effort, and that's again working with other people like you with me on a 10-day run with Aaron. And so to be able to use Frank the Tank at no fee outside of me going and shooting and putting stuff together, that's collaborative work. Yeah. And you heard Sergio and them say verbatim, don't partner with no dog people. Did he not say that?
He did, bro. I remember that.
He said, whatever you do, don't work with no co-owns, no nothing. So you're like, you've been there at the table with these people at the time not knowing what they were even talking about. But you say, who do you collaborate with? You're going to get hurt more than you feel fulfilled in a sense, right?
Yeah.
You're like, who do you collaborate with? It's very hard. It's very hard. But what I've learned is the wealthier people you get around, the more wealth they want to create. So they're happy to work with you. The poor people are hard to collaborate with because they're only thinking about the next dollar.
Yeah.
The wealthy people often think about the next opportunity, and it's rooted in way more dollars than, a lick per se, as they would say.
Yeah.
What about you, Mo? What are some things you look for when collaborating with people?
The new me, man, the new version, the new transition in life. I would look for, or what I do look for, just people that are really fluent, you know what I mean, and can produce receipts. And what
Results, man.
Results, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, not to go against the grain with, people that are just trying to get started and want to collab. It's just different levels require different measurements, you know what I'm saying, in terms that you got to go along with. But right now, I'm looking for people way more advanced, way more skilled in a particular industry than I am, and then trying to collab on that. And then, where it comes to something that is kind of a mutual situation.
Yeah.
And just, just integrity, man, and just trying to have a common understanding on both, no matter both sides, you know what I'm saying, whether it's something big or something small, but something real small where we're kind of both equally yoked. I'm just trying to make sure the person, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
I could do business with, you know what I'm saying, and then we figured out. Not everything's going to hit sometimes, like, Park and Coach Angela say you throw shit at the wall, see if it sticks, but, going through all those transitions, man, you just want to make sure the people that you going through it with are, accountability, character, and all of those characteristics are something that you want to also be in cahoots with when collaborating on a project or whatever it is that setting out to do. So
and that's a good one too. So I would encourage those people who are trying to find higher valued individuals to collaborate with. 2 questions I got from what Jamahl was saying is
add value too. If you're trying to do a higher value people, you know what I'm saying? You want to collaborate with them. It's more so if you're trying to get there, you're trying to figure out what it is they got going on so you could be able to collab. Or unless you're just coming and, you're putting out some bread or, there's something that you added to that equation for it to even be a possibility to work. So you just kind of evaluating the situation throughout, through and through and seeing where you can actually plug and play at.
And ask them, what is their metric? What's their metric for growth? A lot of times people come with big dreams, high hopes, and they sell you this energy, but the energy is not a business. And then after that, you say, well, what are you doing with your time? How do you break up your time? You start analyzing how they, task themselves out, which means operating. Where do they operate? And that'll tell you energy-wise how they function as well, and then what kind of drives their day. There are a lot of personal questions or personable questions you can ask a person to determine if they're worth bringing you into your home, the business, or any collaborative effort. Be it you guys have maybe some aligned goals, but you say, so what is the end goal then? What's the exit strategy per se?
Yeah.
So I think we've all done some stuff collaboratively. This is a question that's a hard one. What's the worst collaboration you've ever had?
The one that I had in real estate.
Oh, man.
Because, you were even there, too, and I was telling you about it at times, but that partner that we had that was based out of Kansas City, man, and, I look back on it, I'm like, I should have seen all the red flags, bro. Like, when I really think back to it, I'm like, half the time, like, this person, we're trying to have meetings and just, like, constantly getting interrupted by our kids. There's just a lot of little things. And I was like, it was right there in front of my face. But at that time, and even I'm still learning, with myself, I always like to give people the benefit of the doubt.
Lord have mercy.
And that was, like, one of those things. I'm like, like after that, I was like, you got to really know when to start cutting things off. Because even then, in the very beginning, I told you as well, too, when I started our real estate journey, I should have, fired the other person I was working with within the first 30 days.
Yeah.
But, but then I prolonged it because I let emotions and all that kind of stuff get involved. So, for me, it was my real estate run that I did initially. Granted, I learned a lot in that time frame. And now, circle back, now a lot of that information that I, learned at that time is coming back full circle now, potentially, doing something with Maul here in the near future.
Yeah.
So, but for me, it was when I took my first run at real estate. Or when that person in Kansas City, they were laying in bed at times when they were on some of these meetings. Like, it was just like, and bro, and then you got to also, you never judge a book by its cover, but you can always tell by, someone who takes care of themselves as well, too. And this person didn't really take great care of themselves. So, granted, they had some experience more than I did at the time, when it came to real estate. And we still, ran the road and, made some money together. But, I should have cut it off a lot sooner and moved on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Mo?
The most recent one that stung was getting into the world of credit, and credit repair and products and services. You guys kind of been there when we released the auto primary thing, and a lot of things about this industry is being able to collaborate with other influencers and other parties to be able to scale your product. You know what I mean? Almost like how you guys look at how. I know you don't care about. You're more so on the education, right? So it's just like you got subscribers. It's what it is. They're going to come based on what you're putting out. Same thing with the auto primaries, man. We had a situation where we were the first people to be able to report successfully, and I was thinking scalability because I was thinking more so about my pockets. You know what I'm saying? But I still was also thinking about helping the client. But
you was still doing good business.
Yeah, I was doing good business, but I was also thinking about my pockets. You know what I'm saying? It was advantageous to my household and what I'm trying to build on. And I'm like, finally have something where it had held a lot of power to be able to change, someone's situation. And I'm just not big on social media like you guys know. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still trying to find my identity with that. And just be out there and be like, yo, this is what I'm known for. So, I tried to work through other influencers, man, and just quickly how, people manipulate things, man, for their own good, for their greater good or whatever the case may be. And you get lost in the sauce with that and just put myself where I overpoured into trying to collaborate with influencers so I could scale faster, but it wasn't curated, meaning that it wasn't monetized properly.
Yeah.
And it put us, it definitely put me in a situation where, we almost lost the company. You know what I mean? Because not about what I was doing, but it was about who I was collaborating with. You know what I mean? I couldn't tell what was going on or what was being reported and the type of information or data we were getting to report. So I would say that was one that stung because that's more so in the business realm, of where I'm trying to be solidified in. And, especially with what one of my main services are, it was a weird, scary, emotional, train wreck kind of situation, man, because at the end of the day, it's not even about the money. It's about potentially losing, the opportunity and the relationship behind making bad decisions and bad collaborations. You know what I'm saying? So thank God I was in a situation where anything like that, I'm plugged up to some official older cats, man, who already knew kind of what could happen before it did, but still let me get my feet wet. But that was one situation where collaborations, and that's why I say, integrity and just really put the money aside, because if you have something that's undeniable, you're going to make the money. The money's going to come, just like you said, education first, right? The money's going to come, especially when you got receipts, but it's just making sure who's representing the project, the product, like, in what's the movie? American Gangster, man. Like, this is blue magic, man. You don't got to cut this shit. You know what I'm saying?
You can call it blue dog shit.
You know what I'm saying? Blue dog shit. But yeah, man, it was just one of them situations, man, where I get it. Everybody's trying to make money, man, but it's how you do it and how you set yourself up to protect yourself and whatever you representing, man. So collaborations could be the catapult to a great season, or it could be, the switch to self-destruction at the same time. So that was my major thing that stuck me, because I was in the field where, you guys been seeing, my level up on that, since y'all been in my presence, and how effective that industry could be with the right situation and delivery.
No, man, I remember too, man, because I remember your energy shifted when all that stuff was going on, bro.
I was tight.
I know. I trust me. It was written all over your face, bro. I was
tight,
like, man.
I could strangle a nigga.
Yeah,
man.
bro. Trust me. I remember you walking around the house, just kind of like, just trying to like, you could tell you were like trying to figure something out, bro.
Yeah, man, because I was like, yo, the price points and everything I had, man, there was enough money on the spread, man. And, it's like me coming down on my numbers for people to just put the same number or even more. You know what I mean?
Man.
And when the shit get tough, niggas disappear and shit. So that was one of them situations where I was more so worried about how my dude felt about something that he fucking nurtured for so many years, and just like that, it's just only us left with the responsibility of trying to figure it out. And it's like, yo, yo, y'all niggas figured that out yet? Y'all niggas figured that out yet? So it was one of them situations like, damn. So now look, Bryson Teller, I'm back and I'm better. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
And not only do we have that situation booming again, but we have multiple other situations, and it won't be the same rodeo this time.
And I can say I don't really have any terrible stories because I just don't trust people. So
that's true.
It's like this. He's like, what happened there? I was like, I don't know, nigga. The nigga sounded stupid, so I'm good. It's just, I just can't. It's very hard for me to find a reason, or I'd rather pay someone for a service and kind of go through that hiccup because at least I paid you to do a job and I could justify that issue per se. But when we start looking at collaborations, Jemarcus was there when we walked away from X-Dog. I said, I got to go do it myself.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I'm going to grow here. It was literally what I told him. So I bet on me 100% of the time. COVID. Oh, fitness thing's really not jumping her off. Let me go back to photography and videography. Guess what? Traveled and did all that stuff. Betting on myself. So I can honestly say, have some things fizzled out that I would like to have seen progress in terms of business and relationships. Yes. And one of the business people, she ended up going through a divorce, had to do this, and there was this big thing we were going to pour into, and it didn't work out because she went through a tough time. And so many things you want to do with people, even at times that are just not right. So I think some of my collaborative issues have been more so with people who couldn't finish. They couldn't finish, and that always sucks too. It's the same fucking feeling because I genuinely want what's best for people, to say the least. And sometimes it just doesn't always happen. So collaboration is one of those topics, man. You want to harp on? Is there a message in there for you that you want to lean into?
For me, because I'm like I said, I'm constantly learning, and I'm glad I get to be around people like yourself and Jamahl and Parker and et cetera, and all the other people that are around. But for me, I would like to more so lean into when you're trying to learn as far as, when to collaborate, and then also identify, like for you, what are your identifying markers? Because, I know I kind of harped on the identification thing earlier, but like you're really good at reading people, right? And so you know how to, evade certain situations.
My ability to read people is because I know myself and I know how they're going to respond. So you went in there with Tadlock, for instance, I'm very off-putting, abrasive. So if you can put up with me, then okay, we're good. Because I'm in your face. Yeah. We've been to Tadlock way more times just in the past week, and you've been there with me. Other people were right there in their face. Yeah, I'm asking them the tough questions, and this isn't the first experience. This is not the 10th one. I didn't warm up to it. I hit you in the mouth right away. Yeah. So you say, okay, I can work with this person, right? And this goes collectively across the board when trying to find other people you can work. But for me, it's simple. Where do I need to go? Who do I need to add value, and where is this person at? Yeah. So we needed a vet. Boom, we found a vet. But before that, I found two people who are relatively brilliant. Chris and Ruben. We need potential funding and stuff. Well, I know some people who would gladly give me money, but presenting the right opportunities, everything, and that one thing that we double down on can scale through everything else, and we could just keep repurposing the money and growing. Yeah. Everything is, hey, what do I need to grow? Not how do I find somebody to like my ass, because that might never happen. but are they doing something? Are they working? Do they have something to live for? Do they have a reason to die for? What's the most valuable thing to it? If it is money, it doesn't make them a bad person, but things can get sticky in sticky situations, and I don't really like people that are driven by the dollar bill. And I've heard, most people that you've met, be it Ruben, be it Chris, them motherfuckers are down to earth as shit, bro. Oh yeah. They just good dudes, like a good person. I want nothing from you. Like, damn, that's a good point. You've met, some of the other, and you've seen a lot of people over the years.
Oh man,
and they're all got a good energy, and they just take care of me. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You've seen Leo Morano. Shout out to that guy.
Leo.
These are all good people that you've met, and down to Mark when we was, dude used to run the smoothie spot at the LA Fit. Everywhere.
Dang, Mark, bro. Shout out to him, man. I ain't seen that. That dude cracked me up.
But you see my point?
Absolutely.
I only do well in better situations. Yeah. And these people have, they're better at everything than me. Yeah. I'm just really good at being me.
That makes sense, man. And, as they've already alluded to, that value add is a very crucial thing, especially when you're going to try to collab with somebody. And the one thing that, Trev's been harping on me for years, and I did get it in the beginning, but I'm so glad that, full circle come back around, and I get to still keep working on some of these skill sets that he's, implemented into me. Really lean into your skill sets when you're thinking about adding value to someone else's life, because if you don't have any skills, then it's going to be very difficult for you to add value to someone else's life if you're trying to, collaborate with someone.
Yeah.
So, like you heard him talk.
You're a fucking leech, there's no collaboration.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, this motherfucker's he's always hungry, don't bring no food.
Yeah. You just come over, you're eating all the time, always in the fridge. No, but I mean, you heard Trev talk about 2020, he jumped back into the, videography and the photography stuff. And, he's leveraging that skill set to continue to build more relationships. And that's something he's put on me. So now I have that ability to go out and do the same thing, help people build their, social medias now, because we've been doing the digital media now for quite some time. So, editing, I mean, you keep naming, thing after thing, websites, web development, things that he made me sit down and learn how to do. And at the time I had no idea, but then you fast forward, I'm like, dang, man, like,
well, you just had nobody who poured into you, man,
yeah.
or wanted more for you. So, and I'm almost requiring you literally to learn new things.
Mm-hmm.
It all just gave you more value.
Absolutely.
In your own world.
Yeah.
Especially in dark times too. You're like, oh, I can go do this and get, oh, that's fucking perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So you say, oh, damn, I could go do a few things now.
Yeah.
And triple
mm-hmm.
how much I was worth because of these skill sets, right?
Oh yeah.
And it don't take me that much work because I've gotten good at it now.
Everything. I mean, even the podcasting thing, podcasting productions. I remember he came back to the house one time. He had this box of wires. He was like, this is all like podcast stuff. Figure it out and what we're missing, and then we'll kind of go from there. So I'm sitting here in my living room trying to separate all these wires, learn what all these wires. I'm trying to search them on, online, and then you turn around. I'm like, okay, I think the only thing we're really missing is like an audio mixer and this thing. And then if we get those things, I think we should be good to use all this equipment. But even going through that process, and then he has very unique. That's one thing I've always enjoyed about him. He has very unique ways of forcing you how to learn how to do new things. And, that I thought that was very fun and interesting because he brought this box of wires and you're literally looking at a box of wires. You're like, you have no idea. I've never
seen container. Dude, dude didn't even know what he had. He was like,
yeah, man. So I'm over here sorting out mics and different cords. And I'm like, okay, what is this? What's an XLR mic? So, you're learning about all these things. And then, fast forward, here we are now. A few years later, now we're on the Unmotivated podcast, all because of something that I was able to learn, years ago from him, just simply pushing me to just simply be better.
Yeah, it's that simple, man. So I like collaborations now more than I have before. Yeah. And I think because of where we're at, we are attracting higher quality people that you can collaborate with, right?
Yeah.
Like even if you guys found 10 homes, we know a guy that might buy them.
Oh yeah.
And you get your percent. You find a manufacturer does this. You know a guy that might be able to help you sell it.
Yeah.
It's beyond a reasonable doubt. So many things that people say, hey, I like what you're doing here. Hey, would you promote my whiskey? Yeah, I'll promote it if you tell me who manufactured yours.
Boom.
You say that makes sense. Yeah. You can't look. Don't ever come to me. I always got
to so question. Yeah, because I've seen him do it time and time again.
You're like, the right nigga.
Speaking of that, I'm about to hit on my dude, a dank vodka, man. He got to know somebody that could do the whiskey.
Oh yeah.
Let's
do it.
Because my man Chad taking too long to respond, man. I hope he hear this episode, man. We are just as important as you, big dog.
Hey, what's funny is I love. I tell you this. What I love about this particular space is that 2 years ago, to be clear, I never thought I'm going to be somebody. I thought I was going to be important. Mm-hmm. To be important, though, means you have to do something impactful, meaningful, intentional, right? So that important thing, is like, oh, am I going to be, famous per se? Maybe one day if I choose to do something important. And that's going to help everyone else around me. And that's how I thought of it, right? So now that, fast forward, we're here. We're the Fit Bully guys. We've got the dogs, and there's education, and there's fun, and there's joy, and there's pleasure, and there's learning. And there's so many things going on. You go, most people want to be a part of whatever we got going on, right?
Yeah.
And it's so much easier to get where we want to get because of the foundation we've built.
Yeah.
And we've built a solid one rooted in care and information, but again, we've got some stuff we're going to work on, and it's all going to get brought to life this year. and things that are happening, it's almost magical, but it's no magic. It's literally just fucking work.
Yeah.
It is literally fucking work. Yeah. Hey, I've got, I'm going to be busy at 10. I said, look, I'll be there at 8:30. You get in there at 8. You got 30 minutes till I get there. I'll give you 30 minutes by yourself when I'm going to go see Tadlock there in the morning. And then I'm there at 10. I'm there till 10. And, at 10, we've talked so long. It's like, damn, that was an hour and a half of just pure, well, what about this? What about that? Well, let's poke holes in this.
All by 10 a.m.
Yeah, exactly. Hour and a half, pure chaos in terms of learning and stuff. But the collaborative efforts are because, I said all that to say, is now that we've chosen to be people that are of value, it's much easier, I think, for us to get there.
Yeah.
And then even more importantly, I think other people are going to really want to participate when we keep executing things that we want to bring to life.
Yeah.
I don't talk for my own good, people, believe it or not. If I said something, trust me, it's coming to life. It got about 90 days and it's happening. that 90 good ones. And we're on a mission. And this is the year where I say, look, we're on to something here, guys. And we've got proof.
Yeah.
We've got proof.
Yeah. No, I was going to ask, my next question also is go ahead.
Something just hit me, bro.
Yeah.
What's the name of the dog whiskey?
Man's best friend?
Man Best Friend?
Yeah.
Yo, Rob, Cat's people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He could put that liquor inside the theater, right?
Huge.
Oh, man, that's right.
Huge.
Boy.
This shit just hit me. It just hit me because I just hit up the vodka dude.
Uh-huh.
And I forgot one of the last messages I wrote him. I was like trying to help him get his shit in there.
Dang.
Yeah, bro.
It's the irony.
It's going to hit a little different coming from the family, though.
I love it.
Point. It's going to be way more.
Hey.
Look, because it's a beautiful thing because you forget who you know and where they have access to and how fast this thing can grow, all because you can press 2 buttons, and that in itself is a value add when you're sitting up there. And they're gonna have more dog movies come out. Trust me, more coming like a new movie, and it's all connected. But what would you go say?
No, I was gonna say something else. Because I've watched you grow too over this time frame, and when I was thinking, I was like, collaboration. Keeping an open mind.
Yeah.
I know you've always been very quick to just shut things down before, but I noticed with you, especially coming into space, living with Maul and all that, you've definitely just kind of kept more of an open mind where people are just coming in, and then like all these different relations I'm starting to see form, because I know you're usually like you duck off and you do your own thing typically, but I've definitely, because you were in a garage for a year, ducked off.
Bro, I've been in rooms, garages, floors, everywhere.
I mean, but
years.
you were ducked off. But like watching you come into this space, man, and then the people that Maul have been able to connect you with, man. Do you say keeping an open mind is very important when it comes to collaboration?
People around me gonna protect me. I'm not gonna say to keep in mind. I cut stupidity off. Which one of those people did I cut that were of value, that are doing more than we're doing today?
Mm-hmm.
Think about that.
That makes sense.
Like who have I cut off that I was in the wrong of? If you are of interest or intriguing, or have a skill, a talent that I can scale, if you can be supportive, if I believe you can add value to people's lives, you go, okay, yeah, that person's welcome anywhere I go, realistically. But I'm not, it seems that way because I don't give people the benefit of the doubt, because there's no benefit in doubt. And most people are fucking consumers, right?
Yeah.
The kids used to hate when we did T-Fit Heavy when other kids want to come work out just so they could be in the after workout picture. Trey, that fucker only came for an after workout picture.
The after
you get to go.
pic.
That was a thing, right? Remember, I set the 3-second timer up and everybody get in, but that was a fucking thing that I did.
It really was.
So now, think about it like this. Our dogs are more famous than most people ever be.
Yeah.
And so you like, oh, I want to come see Ego. It's like, for what?
Yeah.
He's my dog. He won't be bothered with you.
Yep.
But it's turned into a thing. So if anything, I'd be more careful, cautious about who comes in and out of the house. That's never going to change.
Yeah.
The house anywhere I'm living, like when it's my own home, even it's a place of sanctuary.
Yeah.
We got to be safe there, and everybody should not be welcome to your home. I'm sorry. It's just not the case. Should you keep an open mind? Yeah, but my mind stays open because I have a process, and that process is asking you tough questions right away, depending on what you were brought to me for. And if you don't have good answers, and a good answer doesn't mean a right answer. A good answer means that, okay, he just doesn't know, or he's uninformed enough. Oh, but did you think about this? And then see how they respond. Because I told a dude once, I ain't gonna say it in the dog space. I said, yo, you need to learn to do videos. He said, I ain't got to learn to do nothing. Mind you, fast forward, next time I see him, he's like, hey, man, how's it going, man? I see you blew up. No, I didn't blow up. I fucking did videos and did the work. I told you exactly what to do when you looked at me like, oh, this nigga. And I was like, oh, that's so-and-so. Exactly.
Yeah.
And all I'm there to do still was do the work.
But when you say in that instance, if you just kept an open mind and just did the videos and
then
did
we
the
could
work,
have done, and never know, we could have done some work together.
yeah, because it sounds like he just shut that off. He shut that down real quick.
He went that nigga route, that
Damn.
nigga response. I know everything. You go, okay, bet. And I'm just like, all right, bet, man, I get it. Look, keep doing your thing.
Yeah, hey, and I've heard him say that many times
you
too.
just move on and let it go. Like, hey, whatever, nigga. That's hey, good for you, man. I'm gonna keep shooting these videos, man, because you get paid triple the price as well. Who want to edit a photo all day? That just takes too damn long.
Nah,
but that's neither here nor there at this point. Collaboration's key, man, and I'm learning that for sure. And mind you, I've always believed in that. To be clear, I've had to collaborate with coaches, I had to collaborate with Dan, I had to collaborate with parents. That was a collaboration and working with their kids. So you hear, you guys heard Jan talk and stuff. Yeah. Everywhere I've been, I've always had to collaborate about one thing, and that was someone or something growing.
Yeah,
that like, can we work together to make sure this kid ends up where you want to end up, and I'll do my best, I promise. Can we work to bring this to life, and I'll do my best, I promise. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's been the thing. I was like, yo, if you guys give me a space to work, I'll bring this stuff to life, I promise. Yep. And so I'm collaborative in the sense where if I say something, I mean it, and then if I have to do the work literally all by myself, I'll do it as well.
Yeah.
And I've said that many a times. And I've told you guys, or you specifically now. Yeah. So, just take care of the dog. I'll take care of the rest.
Yeah. No, he for sure said that.
And what changed? Did anything change? No.
No.
No, nothing changed. If you
a lot's changed, but in a good way, though.
But look, I gave him a dog.
Yep.
And he didn't have to go. I said, you ain't got a walker. I mean walker, but I'm saying you ain't got to jump. She ain't got to be. I said, just take care of her, make sure she's healthy. I'll do the rest. Yeah. That was it.
Yeah.
Nothing changed since then. He still doesn't have fit bully per se expectations for his dogs, where I have, more for mine at times, because again, if you keep her healthy, I'll do the rest. Yeah. That's been the only thing I've said. So I appreciate a good collaboration, because when it is good, it is good. And then when it's bad, it's fucking bad, man.
No, it's fucking
awful, bro.
Yeah, no, it is.
So guys, at anywho, we were able to, hone in a little bit of collaborative work. Collaboration is a topic that brought to you again by, Better Best Dog. He's got some things that he wants to continue to work on. Clearly, collaboration is one of them. We've got people who he can work with. Every one of those individuals adds value to his life and everyone's lives in here technically. Yeah. And the beauty about it is because we all are collaborating, when something pops up, I can say, hey, Ma, this guy wants to talk to you. Or I could say, hey, Jemarcus, you should talk to this person. Or I could say whoever. Yeah. Because we have the community now and the support of people who want to see people grow to really continue to work together, because everyone who's ever been successful had to work with somebody. Yeah. It just happened. I remember the first time, Jobs went back to Apple and they pulled up Bill Gates on the screen, and they people were booing. But Bill Gates and Microsoft had to invest in Apple, but they also run their operating system, aka Mac, or what is it? Microsoft.
Microsoft. Yeah.
Microsoft has its own iteration just for Apple computers, because he's like, am I ever going to create a Word document or Excel? It's never going to be that good. That's what that dude did. Let me just bring in the best, because he's had 10 years since I was away to really own the world in this.
Yep.
So the smartest thing for us to do is what? Let's collaborate. Let's work together. And what does that do for two companies? Revs up their fucking value, people. You just got to think about the bigger picture. What's our real goal here? If we're trying to take over the world, who owns it? And how do we participate? And if not, nobody owns it. Let's see who we can get to build out these iterations and stuff to really change everything. Yeah. Or control it. Yeah. So, at anywho, remember in that movie, documentary, when JP Morgan said, go see what he wants for steel. Oh, Carnegie never said, every man has a price. Yep. And then what happened? He's like, he's never going to sell it. Look, buddy. Yeah. I got the kind of money, or I know the people who I can get more money from will own General Steel, General Electric. Think about that, bro.
Yo, Man Who Built America, by the way, is the documentary.
5-hour documentary, super good documentary.
Oh, man, it's great.
One of my favorites. One of my fucking favorites. I own it, to be clear. And you put that fucking thing on in the background and let it rock. Yep. And it is super inspiring.
It is.
Because it's really damn, that simple, that great, that much influence, that much impact. Man. And it was 3 or 4 men.
Yeah. It forces you to look at the world a lot differently, too.
Facts, man. Facts. Yeah. So, guys, stay collaborative. Definitely don't fuck yourself up. I think Maul told us a good story, and put in context, if you start thinking about the greed component, there's a lot of greedy people out here. But, I heard my buddy say this once. He had found the love of his life, and he just was like, man, I want to be so greedy with it that the only thing I'm gonna hate is that we gonna have to die one day and not have more time to spend together. And I said, man, that's interesting. Huh. Yeah. So when you do
that's he got that riz, bro.
Boy, what?
Smooth.
Yeah. It was some shit that always stuck with me because I ain't even relationship oriented. I said, but that's good.
Yeah,
that's a good one, nigga. You might want to put that in a bar or something.
For real, bro.
And so when you look at greed, even in that way, you know, I want to be greedy about the opportunities I create for the people around me, and you know, what that looks like. You know, and then if you create more time that we could spend together, enjoying life, traveling, seeing the world, eating good food, yeah, damn, bro, we bought our time. We worked so hard that we bought every minute, and we could share it with whomever, even if it's just being alone. But you go, is there something here? Yeah. And that was the question, as I told them a few times. It's like, man, it'd be cool if we was all worth enough money to not have to worry about money ever again, and even more importantly, go do some amazing things. Now I'm interested. And again, timing's everything. So you finally get around the right company, anything becomes possible.
Yeah.
So, guys, I for one, appreciate you guys and being able to collaborate too endlessly as we continue to step into the future, even though we're already there. And then, guys, if you are, again, looking for dog training, looking for better credit solutions or credit education, credit information, go to Offer Credit. Again, this podcast ain't brought to you by No Fit Bully TV, but that's another place where a lot of you are tuning in and listening. Better Best Dog Man, Better Best TV. Jemarcus is sharing more of his perspective and what he's experienced and what's happening behind the scenes, you know, this whole year. And we're going to continue to keep this unmotivated podcast rocking and rolling, people. And I'm writing down stuff every day. And even now you go, wow, there's so many topics to unpack just after this conversation. So how far can we take it? As far as we want it to go, people. Stay moving, stay growing, and good luck.